Oh man, it's well dark in here. Okay. Does this work? What is the point in you? No! I got my hopes up. Arcade cabinets. Not that you can really see them. Damn, it's dark. Look. Outside's fine. What's going on? What? Talk about arcade cabinets. Well, actually, kind of a shop thing that I kind of miss in my old age, but I can't show the cabs. Well, for the sake of this, just note, okay? Ratcade arcade cabinet. We got it cheap from a guy who was converting arcade cabs to MAME cabs. Sharpie included on the T-Molden. No idea why. You can't see there. Golden T, all in. And there is another, I don't know if you can really see that there either. Golden T, Golf, next to the Ratcade. And I need to get all of these fixed. Right, how y'all doing? This room looks like it's on the piss, doesn't it? Crazy. Who'd have thought the UK wouldn't have sun at any point during the day? That's my problem. Like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this thing. Go out there, film the thing. There's no sun. Duh, UK, we've never seen the damn sun. In fairness, for what I wanted to do, well, I wasn't about to do it anyway, as I say. By the time I managed to get out of the house today, sun went down. I wanted to pop into town to grab a little bit of footage. But that was, I wasn't on the cards, so gonna have to deal with Melon. My focus was going to be of those arcade cabinets in the garage, mainly because me and my mate Divine have been talking arcade cabs again. It's something that we kind of regularly kind of chat fluff about, and he's got a very particular taste of cabinet. And it's like Centipede, Millipede, Missile Command, basically stuff with a trackball, right? Divine absolutely loves trackball cabs, and I have a couple trackball cabs. The Golden Tees are trackball cabs, and you can buy. Arcade 1-Up came out with this like combo unit, Centipede, Millipede, all these units, right? And he was like, oh man, I really want one, but I don't know if I can have one, kind of thing. You know, he's got to talk it through and make sure that he can have it and he can put it somewhere. It's only like an arcade 1-Up cabinet. It's only like a wee, it's a little cabinet, right? It's not like a big full size arcade cab like what I've got outside. It's just a little, kind of like not quite a kid's toy cabinet. I mean, you could sit at it with a stool and stuff, or you can get a riser for it, but it's just a shrunk down, modernised cabinet, LCD, ROMs and emulators, that kind of stuff. Really nice for what they are, proper, you know, graphics on the side, marquee on it and all that. And, you know, neat, it's really cool. A couple $100, you got yourself a replica arcade cabinet. It's an actual arcade cab, really, but, you know, he wanted to get one. And he got the all clear, right, but we started talking about, we remember watching this dude years ago who he was going to do an arcade conversion, and they gamified this conversion of a classic arcade cabinet into a modern MAME cabinet, so a PC and an arcade cabinet. And when they started stripping it down, it turned out it was an old Centipede cabinet. And well, Divine like Centipede, that's kind of sacrilege in Divine's books, and I'm not a huge fan of that kind of thing either. Don't get me wrong, I have MAMEified cabinets or PC-based cabinets. However, However, this is the groove, right? Of all of those cabinets, only one of them is proper modified. There are a few reasons for that. They all need repairs, one level or another. But I don't like proper gutting and converting arcade cabinets. Okay? I don't like sanding down the designs and changing all the marquee and all. I just don't like it. Gutting the original boards from them, pulling all the power and all that. I like, if I'm going to do a conversion of a cab, to be able to put it back to its original state, like minimal effort. Just because I don't like the idea of, say, there being 500 Golden Tea cabinets on the planet, and then I'm bored and decide to convert it, and now there's only 499 Golden Tea cabinets on the planet. There's way more Golden Tea cabs than that, but you get what I'm saying? Like, oh hey, look, it's a rare Berserk cabinet or whatever. And, oh mate, I've just gone and got it for $50. Let's convert it into a main cab. Don't do it. I don't imagine Berserk cabinets are actually that rare. I don't really know, to be honest with you, because a lot of that hardware is ancient. Whatever. I don't like doing full conversions. I have one, and that's the Ratcade, the one with the Sharpie on the side of it. We got that for like next to nothing from a dude who was doing an arcade conversion. I'm pretty sure it was local. All three of them came from local sellers, and all of them were doing the exact same thing. They were mamifying arcade cabinets. Well, two of them we've had for absolutely eons, but one of them I've never really been able to get to work because it's got a broken anode. The wire that attaches to the suction cup that attaches to the CRT that gives you a nice if you don't discharge it properly before you start fiddling with the CRT. But it's been knackered and I haven't been able to get a replacement. And then one of them will turn on, but I can't quite get the controls working. And you'd say, well, why don't you swap stuff over? You can't, because the guy that we originally bought it from, none of that, some of the control boards, they're different generations of Golden Tea cabinets, for example. And so one control port doesn't directly match up with another one, so I can't just flip them over and go, look that one from this harness into that one. So I like to keep the harnesses in place. I like to keep boards in place. With the exception of Ratcade, right, I gutted that one. That was a virtual striker cab that had been maimed up, and I can't get the boards for that. And I haven't even done actually really any work on it since the bloke did it. I just fixed it. So I sorted out the CRT, sorted out all the wiring, changed up the harness, modified the controls on it to actually make them work, because no idea what was going on in that cab before, but it didn't work. Even though the screen was completely set up incorrectly as well, so I settled out. It was actually nice because those arcade cabinets have been learning experiences for me, because I've never liked working on CRTs. Ratcade needs a CRT job, and as I said, there's a cable bust at the back of one of the Golden Tea cabinets. But that leads me on to the groove of today, right? Service with a smile. CRT work would normally be a job I'd leave to a small company in this town, this is Lowestoft, called Broadland Electronics. It was down by the Bascule Bridge, and we've known the chap who's owned it for like a bajillion years. That shop has been there since it's always been there, right? And they were a fantastic little repair shop, an electronics repair shop. And I was absolutely devastated to find out that recently they shut down. As I say, the chap who owned it was a family friend, and I mean, it's the kind of business that you don't really see anymore. I mean, once upon a time, you have to imagine, once upon a time you used to be able to go and buy electronics components, right? You know, caps, resistors, all sorts of bits. If anything broke, you could go and get it repaired. There'd be repair shops everywhere. You know, oh mate, my blah 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 broke, or my TV broke, or, you know, my Hoover broke, or whatever, and you could just go down and either buy the parts or get someone to fix it. You don't do that now. You know, there used to be loads of that stuff in this town, and they're all gone. And Broadland, that was the last place, and I used to love going in there. They had stacks of stuff, like old TVs, old radios, all sorts, right, all scattered about the shops, all boards about that they were in various kind of like states of repair that they were working on. And you'd go in there. Ever since I was a wee dot, even as like a grown man now, right, if anything needed to be done that I wasn't confident in doing, I'd take it down there, and the chap who used to run it, that was great. I mean, it was a dude who really enjoyed what he was doing, right? Because you could go in there, and I just remember, like, oh yeah, the TV you bought in, check this out. And, you know, he's like, I know how you like seeing things kind of taken apart. And I was like, yeah, I do, it's really cool. So what's going on? And he you know, shows you, and he brings up, like, the pages where he was looking up the spec sheets, the schematics for things, you know, the diagrams for things. And he'd be like, oh yeah, you know, so here's this, and when this happens, then, you know, that would blow, but that should normally trigger something to cause all of these, like, that would cut off. But instead, it's actually gone and blown all of these, which has then caused that to fail. And, like, he would get in there and he'd be happy to show you how these things worked. And it was really, really, really cool, you know, to actually see someone passionate about their job, or they were passionate about the thing that they did. And to say they're now gone. Absolutely devastated. Absolutely devastated. I loved that shop. There were a few places like that in this town, and they're all gone. We used to be a manufacturing and fishing town, and that started to go down the pan since the 80s. But as much as I don't like people, when it comes to a shopping experience, when it comes to buying something, a service, I like to see the people I'm dealing with. You know, like I say, with old Broadland, you'd go in there and the staff would light up, the people would light up, and they'd be happy to show you what's going on. They'd be happy to talk with you about a problem or whatever. You know, a couple of my guitars, one of my guitars, my second guitar I ever bought, came from a place called Mullins Guitar in Lowestoft, right? Absolutely loved that shop. You'd walk in there and people would be happy to talk to you about whatever instrument, stuff that they were playing, stuff that you were playing, music that they liked. But you don't have that kind of stuff anymore. Now people just want to kind of get something done and be gone. You'd think that the Amazon kind of groove would be my thing because, as I say, I'm not a huge fan of social interactions, right? But, like I say, with a shop, it makes it that much more fun. You see people, you might find something that you didn't even think you wanted if you go into a shop where people are passionate about their job. Richer Sounds is another cracking example of this, actually. Richer Sounds is still going. They are a company that put the customer first, and the staff are passionate about what they do, so much so that they would be willing to sell you down just to give you a better product. Like, if you're after something and you're looking at something like super high end, and they're like, yeah, with the gear you got, that's probably not actually, that's not really going to be, I mean, it's a good sale, which means that's a nice commish, but that one would probably be better for you. And they'd like step you down to something like literally hundreds, thousands of pounds cheaper. Or they'd pick something that they would personally use, and they'd like show you pictures of their setups and stuff. And just, I like that kind of stuff. That's why if you ever see me drinking like cups of tea in a white mug, it's a Richer Sounds mug. I love that stuff. Absolutely love it. The whole time you used to be able to buy all these things. You used to be able to speak to people who were passionate about their jobs. Now, if I want to get anything repaired, I have to send it halfway across the country. I can't think of another electronics repair store anywhere near where I live that do actual board repairs. You got to think I've got a laptop that's completely carked it, and I'd very much appreciate having the board repaired, the surface mount stuff. I can't do that. My hands are too shaky for that. I could have sent it off, but you know, at least with Broadland, I knew the folks. I could go in and have a chat. I could watch them working on the board. You know, it was always fun. Just kind of picking through circuit boards and having a look at bits and bobs that they were doing, and it was neat. In fact, one of my mates, L3D, has got some of the same kind of stories from stores in this town where, because he used to like dabbling with electronics, and he could go into a store and they'd talk to him after school and they'd be showing him all the cool things in the shop, and really got him into that kind of groove. But not a thing anymore. Not a thing anymore. Absolutely devastated. I don't know what I'm going to do with them CRTs. I guess learn to do more stuff with CRTs, but it's not an area I'm confident in. That's definitely not an area I'm confident in. I'm really sad to see that place go. I wanted to go and get some footage of the storefront, because that's always been an electronics shop. Always. I always said this town would be really weird when the Suffolk Punch go, Stone's Video Hire go, and that wee electronics shop by the bridge. And we lost the Suffolk Punch, it's a pub down by where I used to live. Stone's Video's still going, and now the electronics store's gone. I really hope someone gets that storefront and does something good with it. I hope nothing bad happened to them. That was a really cool shop, really nice people. Don't gut your arcade cabinets, because you're just throwing away a bit of history there. Modern, but make sure you can put them back to stock if you would like to. I always like being able to put them back to stock. It's nice to have, Do I need a couple of golden tea cabs? No. It's cool to have a couple of golden tea cabs. Yeah, boy. The Ratcade, I'll get it fixed eventually. Just got to figure out how to get that get blue working again. Could be a bad cap. I don't know. I'm not smart enough for that. Not without getting myself electrocuted. Serves with a smile. I miss it. It's just people doing a job now for money. That's all people really go to a job for, full stop, really, isn't it? Get paid, go home, repeat. I was going to show you all around the back of the cabinets and stuff, but it's too dark. Wouldn't have been able to see anything. Stupid UK. Stupid like a sun. Stupid not being able to get outside earlier. Another shop gone. Hope you're well. I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one.